with the hands, a lot of times, is just seeing that sense of structure. I can see in there you have some of that blue inner structure.
Yeah.
And then you have that outline on the outside. I think understanding that they're just basically kind of like tube shapes, or even you can treat them out as cylinders, and then build up the hands to make it look like the hand afterwards. So let's see the action. So the action does feel believable. Like this is the stronger drawing out of the two.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it has it. And what's nice is you used a glass bottle so you can see the hand through it. So that was kind of a smart idea.
Okay.
Obviously, you did your cat. Which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Great.
Yeah, I did the cat of the host family I was with at the time.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, because I know a lot of kids are like, I gotta get to the zoo.
Yeah.
But I think the domesticated animals are the easiest because you can actually kind of get them to move.
Yeah, and you're
Or
also
lay
used
down.
to seeing them.
Yeah. So if I was a student, I would do my own pets, or I go to a house with pets and sketch them. But
Okay.
if not, go to the zoo. But we seem to get the same portfolios of the same stuff. So we're wondering if people are just getting things out of books.
I don't know if there's anything you have to say, like, kind of about structure, shading. I added shading there, but I'm not sure if
I think the less of the shading, like, I can see that you're developing the scapula there, but I'm not seeing the other part. So you're not seeing the flat of the back, and then you're losing where the other back leg is. Like, you can see the back leg there, but not on the back side of the cat.
Yeah.
So I can see that you're understanding the geometry of the cat, and you got the proportions, but the actual structure probably had some things that could have been fixed, but that's a moving thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a tough one. But I like the fact that you have that inner structure in there.
Okay.
And all this feels really strong. This like gets a little wobbly, but that's a hard one to do.
Yeah, I think it was the angle or something that got me kind of confused.
Well, it's hard because you're not really sure what that joint is doing.
Yeah.
And sometimes a bigger, fluffier cat, you'll lose that.
It was a really mean cat, my host family's cat. And so when he was like sitting down, I was trying to get him to move, and he was
lazy?
He was just a lazy cat and really mean. As soon as I touch him, he'd bite me.
So
I was trying to get him to move without touching him, and it was the worst. I had designed a raccoon at first, which was this one, and it was pretty likable and stuff, but people, I had a friend who told me, oh, he looks exactly like the one from Over the Hedge, and then I looked at it, and it's true, it was pretty similar, and I definitely didn't want to lose any points for lack of originality.
You know what, honestly, I think you probably made the best choice, because seeing a little cute raccoon with a gun, like being, like, hoodlum guy, very nice design in the face. And then you shadowed it in, opposed to working with the structure on the feet.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a sense of appeal in the face, but he's like, raccoon gone real bad.
Yeah.
Storyline there.
Yeah, it's kind of cliche.
It is and it isn't. Like, I always get nervous when I see guns.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Yeah? Okay.
You know, I don't know. You know, not that should really deter people from not doing that, because I mean, there's all this gameplay stuff.
Yeah.
But when we're looking at portfolios, I think, you know, don't have your character.
Yeah, you're trying to look for a story that's original and not necessarily like gratuitous or just like cheap. Yeah, so that I put that in my extras after because I thought it's still
no, I'm glad you put that in the extras because that makes sense to put in the extras.
Yeah. And
it shows that you have a sense of like what is appropriate for the actual character design and what was sort of a runner-up.
So I did that, and then you have my original character.
Yeah.
So that was the design here. I think the second view is a bit stiff.
The whole character is a bit stiff.
Yeah.
It's very complicated in what you decided to choose.
Yeah.
Like if I was talking to you, I'd say just make it a human character, put it in a more relaxed pose. And then don't be afraid to show that inner structure even within that, because I would assume that you clean that up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So not necessarily have a cleanup.
You have a cleanup line, but underneath have the inner structure.
Okay.
If not, have a couple sheets, so show your roughs and also your cleanup.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And also, I think maybe a good advice would be, like, if you have a human character, not necessarily have human proportions unless you're sure that they're spot on. It's
strong. I can tell that you can draw. You have a sense of proportion, shadowing, but it's that inner structure they want to see. I can see that you probably had tackled it at some point, but you cleaned it up to the point where we don't see that.
Yeah. Alright, so those are the action poses. Yeah.
Is that in an aerobic class, or is it gearing up to punch somebody?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the goal.
Yeah.
He was a preparing to attack.
So, I mean, in something like this, I can see the whole body's working, that arm that's up there's something breaking in that shoulder.
Yeah, true.
That
I can definitely see that. Like, it's
bending
just...
that elbow.
Alright, and that was the
That's
other
a much
pose.
stronger pose because it all works. There's nobody breaking bones.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so, a nice design. You can have a sense of gravity even in the fabric, so that's nice.
Okay.
So what is good here is that they're actual real facial expressions. A lot of people pass in this assignment and we don't get the face and real facial expressions, or they'll put a mask on it, or what you're also doing is turning the head, so it's not all front views.
Yeah, exactly. I think they were kind of asking for that, like to change the angle of the head, so I think that's definitely something.
And one thing I'll say about sort of the hero-looking character, like the very clean-cut character that's out of the films, like in the Princess and Princess films, is that they're hard to really push that facial expression. So I think you did a good job here, but those are tougher characters to get strong facial expressions on.
Yeah, you can see that, I think, in the top right, like he should be sad, but he doesn't seem like that upset.
Well, it looks like he's about to cry, which is good, because you have to suck in air before you're about to cry.
Yeah.
What's nice here is you have a shot of him underneath the bed, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have a medium shot. You have two medium shots and then a pull out of a full body shot.
Yeah.
And that's good. This assignment, I don't grade this one, but composition always plays in mind.
Yeah.
So compositionally wise, I probably would have put that ball behind that cube, and then you almost have a forced perspective on that cube, and you can probably see it now.
Yeah, I can. There's definitely a lot of things that you're telling me right now that I want you to say, because of course, like we're making the video, but I can see it, like the mistakes that I used to do, because. But
it's good. I mean, and this is something when we're looking at portfolio, we're like, okay, this person is getting the perspective on the lower half, the top half not as much, but and something in here where you have the nail polish. Is that nail polish?
Yeah, it was nail polish.
I probably would have said just keep with more of the actual inside structure design of it, opposed to the shading.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Okay.
And I can understand where you're trying to explain the ball of yarn there, and that actually helps describe that shape without shadowing it in. So in that sense, that's strong. Really interesting. I haven't seen a transformation like this. Usually it's snow
normally
or vines.
It's something that happens to it, right?
That's actually really creative. And that the little nail polish became a gnome guy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So that's interesting.
So that's one of the more interesting ones I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it really has. And God only knows I've seen a lot.
That was actually my room where I drew it. It was a room in Germany. Yeah, it was so cool. I had, like, you know how these German houses, they have like the tops, so I had my windows.
They gave you a nice room.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you evaluate those.
I don't. I just do the character design.